Hi guys, it's Tommy with Mobile iPhone Repairs. I get a lot of requests on installation here of accessories like this glowing lit back for the iPhone 4, the 4S also. Here it is, it's a transparent logo or shape here with the accessories logo on there. It is a replacement for the actual stock back, and what I'm going to do is show you guys how to briefly install this for you guys. So what we have here is the tools here. We have the back, this case, I'll move out of here. The tweezers, which will be very handy. Depending on which iPhone you have, there will be the different tools here, the little star shape, and then the actual Phillips screwdriver here. This is the light, or the element that actually lights up here. There's your ground, which is the black, and then your power, which is the red here, and then also a three-sided, or I'm sorry, double-sided sticky tape here to actually install that. So kind of show you here, this one's actually a Verizon phone, so you'll see that it's CDMA, no SIM card here. So we'll show you guys how to install this and show you guys how it works. First, of course, you guys have the two screws that are on the bottom here. We'll uninstall these screws here. And just make sure that you keep everything in line. The back's really easy. You take the two screws out, put them to the side, which I have one for some reason, and then slide the back off. What you'll do is you'll actually slide it up, and it actually comes straight off. So you'll actually take that off and throw that to the side, save that if you ever want to put it back on. Also, what we'll do is we'll take the Phillips drive here. This is actually the power cable here. A lot of people will actually take the power off just to disengage it, but I'm going to leave mine on today just to show you guys the quick way to do this. It's really easy. There'll be screws located up here on this backing plate that you actually want to remove. So you remove this backing plate. Of course, keep all your screws in order so you remember where they go, because there are different sizes and different lengths, so you don't want to ruin anything here. So remove these screws. Pretty simple here. Put your screws to the side, and then you'll actually lift up from the top, and then the back actually slides through. There's two little tabs that slide into here. You'll slide that up and then just lift up on this piece here. Take that piece off, throw it to the side. Now you want to use either your fingernails or whichever, and I'll show you. You want to remove these tabs here. These are actually connectors here. A lot of the times, if you use a safety pry tool or plastic clips or whichever to remove that, you actually want to remove these pieces here, and also with this one. And so you'll see that I've actually just kind of bent these back just a little bit. Now, if you guys will see with the tweezers here, I'll actually point, if you can get into there, there's a small brown resistor here with both sides of the soldered point. We actually want to be right here closest to the center of the phone with that piece. That's actually where we're going to connect this lit element here. So what we'll do is we'll actually take our element, or the power wire, off of this, and we'll actually make like a little, kind of like a little Z. It'll actually come up, zigzag, go across, and then up. So you want to actually bend it with your tweezers here, and actually gives you just a small little Z, if you can see that. And what that does is actually gives you just a contact point, just a little, to reassure that point is there. So also with that, you'll take get yourself a pair of scissors, and you want to cut a very small sliver of the double-sided tape. Then you want to cut a very small square of that. And this is actually going to be the piece that actually keeps the wire from moving around on the bottom. So actually remove the tape, or remove one side, throw that to the side, and then you'll actually use that right between the resistor, and there's a 6-prong mechanism there, we actually want to stick this sticky side right next to it, and then of course you'll peel off the backing of that, and so now we'll leave a sticky double-side tape there, and we actually want to apply the zigzag portion of it to where it touches that portion of the resistor that I had showed you guys. Really simple to do. Just set that in there. There we go. So we'll set that in there, and also with another piece of the double-side sticky tape here, we'll actually cut another square of it. Very small pieces. And this one will actually go above this. So we're not actually hard installing this product. It can actually easily be removed if needed. So we'll remove that. So we'll install just this piece on top of it. Now make sure that it doesn't cover up anything like the holes here or any of the gold connectors here, because we actually still want to be able to use all that. So we'll install this, just tap it on there, and it'll move around a little bit, but I'll show you how to adjust that in just a second. So we'll take that piece off. And a lot of people will actually ground the other portion in different spots. Some people will actually use this screw here, which I'm told is not recommended. I'm told that you can probably use this area over here. So we'll test this out real quick. So we'll actually reinstall these clips here, and what you want to do is find the bottom one, press it down, you'll feel it clip, you'll feel the click on it. Just kind of make sure it's lined up. You don't want to force anything. You'll just clip that there, and then also this one right above it. Clip that there, and usually what I'll do is I'll test this ground here. This is actually ground to the chassis, and then ground to the motherboard. That will be one of the longer, bigger screws in your pile of 5 here. And with the ground screw, or the ground wire, you actually want to do a little counterclockwise loop. So when you actually do your little U-loop there, you'll stick it on there. It will actually tighten down and stay down on there. So you want to actually put just a little bit of ground. And right now, of course, I'm just testing this so we can actually make sure that this thing lights up. So, of course, if you hit the lock button, you'll see through here that the emitter actually lights up here. And to see how you've got to kind of move it around just a little bit, you know, actually move it around to where it actually conducts and stays on. Now, of course, this element will actually light up when the LCD is on, and then when it's off, it'll take approximately 15 seconds to actually come off. So you want to make sure that this thing's stuck in the right spot here. And of course you have to move it around sometimes a little bit to get it to work right. And that's what the tape is for. Sometimes you'll have to use a little bit more tape in there, but as long as it's touching it. So, and of course we'll have to figure out where we're going to position this piece here too. So you'll give it approximate height and where this is going to be. And of course, since we have this particular logo, we want to go lengthwise with this. So approximate, we'll give it there. And of course you want to use the double-side tape to actually locate where it is. So it's once you get it. Now it will actually turn off. Once it's off, it'll take approximately 15 seconds. So we want to take either a small piece of the double side, and you can either put 2 pieces, 4 pieces, however you feel that it's going to be to install this piece here to secure it. what I did is I actually just stuck some on the back, peeled the back off here, and stuck it where I need to, so I'll actually give approximate. So I'll give an approximate height on where it's going to be and center. And then of course you want to be able to just kind of tuck the wires wherever we can, make sure that it still works, especially on the power side of it. And once that's actually secure, we will take the ground back off. See if we can secure it a little better here. Oh, stuff is sticky. We want to make sure the back that it's lit. And that we're tucked in there. So now we know that it's actually going to be secure, it's going to be lit. We'll go ahead and take this ground screw back off. And we'll actually put all your back pieces back on. This will actually go underneath here. The two prongs that we had talked about before actually go tuck underneath there, and actually make sure we don't pinch any of the wires. Make sure they don't cover any holes or anything. Line up some of the screw holes. We'll actually reinstall. When we reinstall this ground screw, again, we'll put this on top just so it'll be easier. Reinstall, make sure that that is counterclockwise, so when you tighten it up, like I say, take your time on this. You want this thing to come out good, show it off to everybody. And we'll install the other screws here. Alright, so we just double check in here, and what we'll do is actually slide this piece on just the way he took it off. It will slide on just slightly above, and then slide back down. Of course, you can see now I need to readjust this here, so luckily we can just take this off here. Just lift up. Stuff is sticky. We'll actually come back up just a little bit higher. Now be careful when installing this glass here. It is a lot thinner than the actual stock one because of to be able to make everything fit here. I want to actually install this portion here. Make sure that everything lines up on the sides and everything, and test it, of course, and then install your bottom screws here. Of course, I only have one today. I will be purchasing another one. And there we go. So we'll go ahead and see how that looks with the light off there. So that will be your conversation piece there. of that. Of course, it was, like I say, it's going to be on. It turns off after 15 seconds or so when the LCD is on here. Doesn't bother anything in the phone. Like I say, it's just ready to go. And of course, there you are.